Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel. And welcome back to another episode of the San Diego Padres rebuild here on MLB The Show 24. It is time to finish up the final season. We are into August. We are having a phenomenal year, which is just exactly what I wanted. Because if you're familiar with how last season ended in the wild card round, you know that I'm not super excited about this team, but we have had such a good season. I mean, we started out so well in the beginning of the year, and we've just continued to win games. We've been battling the Dodgers for most of the year, but the Dodgers have kind of slipped up a little bit. They're 62-51. That's still a really, really good season, but it's not anywhere near as good as what we have. So it looks like it could be us and the Diamondbacks battling for the division unless the Dodgers go on a crazy win streak and just win every single game they have left. But for right now, it is us and the Diamondbacks, and we are into go time for Elly De La Cruz and his MVP campaign. We're trying to get him an MVP. He's having the best season he's ever had as a professional, and of course, that year just happens to be the same year that Shohei Ohtani has one of his best seasons as a professional as well. And he's had really, really, really good seasons as a professional. So, of course, Shohei Ohtani has to have this good of a season hitting the baseball because that's just my luck. We do have Bobby Miller battling for the Cy Young. I doubt that he gets it, but he is battling for it. Salas is even battling for the batting title. I don't know if he'll get it either because Kyle Tucker's Kyle Tucker, but I don't know if Salas will get it, but it's nice to have. And we have Jose Alvarado battle. We got a lot of guys getting some notice from around Major League Baseball for these big-time awards. I don't know if we'll win any of them, but at least we're in the running for them. That just means that we're having a really good season all the way around. The rest of the team is hitting very well. We're all hitting really well in like tandem with each other. And then the pitcher rotation is pitching fairly good. I am excited about it. Obviously, in the last episode, we didn't make any changes at the deadline. We chose not to because if we were going to make any changes, we would have had to give up Isaac Paredes and we were talking about Cole Reagans and then somebody else just to get out of the red. And we wouldn't have, and that would only put us like 100K or a couple 100K out of the red. We wouldn't even have been able to get anybody worth value for that. So we chose to just stay in the red, stay in the negative, and ride it out for this final season with the pitchers and players in general that we have for this final year. 78-34. And I also was like, you know what? I don't want to ruin the chemistry. I mean, we've got 78 wins already in August. So this team is obviously playing pretty well together. The chemistry is chemistrying. So we are doing pretty well as long as we can keep that up. We are playing the terrible Washington Nationals. My God, they're bad. They're almost the exact opposite record as us. They have 33 wins. We have 78 wins. So I think it is time though to see our draft picks, right? Because we signed these guys in the last episode, but I don't think we actually taken a look and see how good they actually are. How good are they? Okay. So Desmond Holden was our first round pick, and we knew he was going to be pretty good because closing pitchers usually in this game, at least the top closing pitchers, are usually pretty reliable in being very good. He throws 99, though. But he's got 85 to 95 scouted potential. He actually ends up with a 91, which is pretty solid. I'll take that. It's not going to matter because he's not going to ever see the field, but I like having him as a closing pitcher. We could even turn him into a relief pitcher. Who knows? Then we get Carlos Calzado, who has a 75 potential, which is a C. He's got really good contact. All right, it looks like we didn't miss on any of our draft picks this year, which I'm very happy with because I don't have a very good history of drafting, do I? At least not in this series. Jermaine James ends up being a very good player. Obviously, we didn't sign Thomas Yabu or Freddie Brady, but those two guys probably wouldn't have been very good either. Then we get Avery Thorne, who is a little right fielder with some decent stealing, some decent speed, nothing really else to work with there. But this guy's going to be pretty good. Unfortunately, we'll never see him on the field because this is the last year. But at least I didn't miss on my final draft class of San Diego Padres rebuild, so I'll take that. It is now time to get into the start of the episode here. We've got to do all of August and all of September, and I guess one game of October, to get into the postseason episode. I think we can win the majority of these games. I know we're playing against some really good competition. Like the Cubs are pretty good this year. The Rangers are really good this year. They're right alongside us. The Boston Red Sox are pretty good this year. Obviously, we know how good the Dodgers are and the Diamondbacks. I don't think do we play the Diamondbacks? We don't play the Diamondbacks the rest of the year. Wow, that's kind of crazy, actually. But the A's are bad. The Rockies are bad. The Tigers are bad. The Marlins are bad. Or the Mets are really bad, too. So most of September is going to be going against teams that are not great, which is good for us because that's some free wins, hopefully. But here we go. Series against the Nationals to start the video. We win game 1. We are going to win game 2. And we are going to win game 3. There we go. A sweep of the Nationals to start the video is always appreciated. Brian Abreu having a really good year out of the bullpen. 81-34. Now we take on the St. Louis Cardinals. Oneil Cruz, we are killing them. My God. Shane McClanahan's got a shutout going, and he has 9 runs of help. We get the win. He doesn't get the shutout, but we do get the win. We get another win against the Cardinals, and we've got Gunnar Henderson with a 10-game hitting streak. You know what? This could be the first game that I jump into. Let's go help Gunnar Henderson get that 10-game hitting streak going into 11 game. Here is Gunnar Henderson. We're wearing the camo. Nice little look. And we're trying to get this hitting streak continued for Gunnar. And it might continue right there. Oh, didn't get enough of it. That's upsetting. I thought I got a really good piece of that. I guess not. Nolan Jones comes back to first base. That felt really good off the bat. I thought I got a nice little piece of that. We're going to get another chance. It's 2-2. Campusano had a RBI to tie the game at 2. We are in the bottom of the 10th. We have a chance to walk off here with a Gunnar Henderson hit. And it's not going to happen. It will move the runner to third, though. But it's not going to be the walk-off right there that we needed. And poor Gunner's not going to get his hit streak. And we do get the actual walk-off. Let's go. But it happens in the bottom of the 11th. So I guess I'll take it either way. As long as we get the win, it doesn't really matter when it comes. But we could not get Gunnar Henderson his hit streak continuing. That's a little bit upsetting. But at least we get the win. At least we get the win. Now we take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. We've got, top of the 10th. And we got runners on second and third. Wyatt Langford at the plate? I'm curious. Here we go, Wyatt. You got no chance for a double play, and they're going to intentionally walk me. Wow. To bring up Jackson Merrill, who's having a really good season. I don't know why. I guess they're walking for the double play. That's probably why they did that. I was going to say, because they didn't have a chance for a double play earlier. But they put Langford on base to give them an opportunity for a double play. It's a risky proposition. And Jackson Merrill has grounded into 10 double plays this year. Hopefully that doesn't happen here. Oh, I was a little bit early. I'm trying so hard to avoid the double play that I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Getting a little bit ahead of myself here. Calm down, Juice. Take the pitch they give you. Don't swing at that. Don't swing at the stuff that is out of the zone, unless it's too enticing to not swing at. Give something to me. Nope. They're going to back me off out of the box. Okay. 2-2 count to Merrill. All you got to do is put something in the outfield, and we get at least 2 runs. Merrill. Oh, I was feeling good about that 12-6. I thought I was going to piece that up really well. Unfortunately, I missed it, and we go right back to the drawing board. And that's going to be in the outfield. That'll score 2, and we have ourselves a lead. Jackson Merrill delivers. 5-3 Padres. I mean, Jackson Merrill's had such a good year this year. He just continues to do it, and they pull their pitcher for Todd Wheat. And Ellie De La Cruz, who's 0 for 3 today, not having a good game against the Pittsburgh Pirates, but maybe we can change that with one swing of the baseball bat. That's going to get past the first baseman. It'll be an RBI single for De La Cruz, and it's 6-3. I didn't even mean to swing at that, if I'm being totally honest. I did not mean to swing at that, but it works. I'll take it. And now it's Colt Keith stepping up. Can we add even more insurance to this game? Ooh, good pitch. Really good pitch. Really, really good pitch. I kind of want to do like a hit and run situation, but I feel like that might be a little stupid. Especially if they're going to give me pitches like that out of the zone. Ooh, Colt Keith is not hitting very well with runners in scoring position at all. I hope that's because he hasn't gotten much playtime with runners in scoring position and not because he's had a lot of opportunities and just hasn't done it. Give me something to hit, please. Please give me something to hit. I mean, that's something to hit, but it's going to be a double play unless De La Cruz can beat the throw. He can't. Cole Keith will ground into a double play to end the inning, but we get 6 runs on the board. Exactly what we needed. That should be enough to hold this one. We added another one. Oh my God. Oh, hold on. Okay, let me cool down here. So we go the rest of the game, and then it takes us to the 9th, or to the 10th, where we put up 3 runs, and then in the bottom half of the 10th, they put up 3 runs as well. And Brusdar Graterol, is he going to get the save, or get the win, I guess? 1 out, 2 outs. Do I jump in here? Yeah, I'll jump in. Final out of the game. Piguero. Kyle Tucker's on base. All you gotta do, Brusdar Graterol, is get out of here. And we hold on for the victory. That's all you gotta do. We brought you in this season for a reason. That should have been a strike, but whatever. We brought you in for a reason. This could be the final strike of the night. Slider, grounder, gunner, Fields, 80 or 69 or 89 speed actually. I thought it said 69 speed, but we get the job done. Padres win. We hold on for the victory. That was a tough game. That was a really tough game against the Pirates. They gave us some work, but we also gave them some work. Jackson Merrill is the MVP of the game. 2 RBIs, 3 singles. De La Cruz ends up with 2 RBIs as well. All right, good job there. Can we keep the domination going? Brian Abreu hurt his groin. Not good. We do get the win, though. Now we've got Trevor Rogers, and we finally lose a game. That's the first game we've lost this month. That's insane. Kopech is in a tough situation. We get the win. Wow, we've only lost 1 game the entire month of August so far. That is absolutely crazy. 87 wins is by far the best record in baseball. The Red Sox are close, but we are by far killing the rest of the league. How is De La Cruz doing? He's still battling with Shohei. I just don't think he's going to have it. It's unfortunate because De La Cruz is having such a good year. Like, such a good year. But he's just not going to have enough to beat Ohtani. Unless Ohtani gets an injury, there's no way he's going to beat him. Cole Reagans actually has jumped into the Cy Young contention. But nobody's going to beat Spencer Strider. He's having a killer, or Shane Bieber, I mean. He's going to have a killer year after we let him go, which is understandable. But I had to do it. I couldn't trust him. Ethan Salas is still fighting for the batting title, but he's not going to be able to beat Ohtani or Kyle Tucker. So we're going to be very close on a lot of different awards. We're just not going to be winning them, I don't think. Like I said, the only way we win MVP is if Ohtani picks up an injury. That's just how it happens. Strider's going to be able to get not a shutout, but we do get a big win. Abreu is no longer hurt. That's good. Can we sweep the big dog Cubs? Yes, we can. Tatis is back healthy. We've been doing all this without Tatis. I forgot about that. I forgot about Tatis not even being in the lineup because of his injury, but he's back now. He missed about a month, I think, maybe a month and a half. He's back healthy. Alfonso is hot right now. Let's go. Ooh, we got to keep Mariano in the lineup. He was playing right field for Tatis. How do we keep him in the lineup here? Obviously, we can't take De La Cruz out. That's just... Oh, he's going to stay in against lefties. Okay, perfect. I'm okay with that. We just need to keep Mariano Alfonso in the lineup. That's for sure. Nolan Gorman needs a triple for the cycle. We are murdering teams this year. We are absolutely killing... I mean, look at this. We played 3 games against the Texans, and we put up 12... Or the Texans, against the Rangers... And we put up 12 runs, 1 run, and 12 runs. 2 out of 3, we put up 12 runs in the game. And they're a 78-win team as well. I mean, they're a good baseball team. But we're just that much better this year. Absolute insanity. Losing 2 games in the month of August so far. Can we sweep the Blue Jays? Devin Williams in a tough spot. We do get the job done, though. And we sweep the Toronto Blue Jays. They're horrible, but still, a sweep is a sweep. This is the most insane month of simulation I've ever had. This is crazy. This is actually crazy. 95 wins with a whole month of baseball to play. There's a feasible chance that we blow the wins record out of the water. The wins record is 118 by the Mariners in like 01 or something. So there's a reasonable chance we can do that. And look at this season by Elly De La Cruz. He's having such a good year. Oh my God, it's such a good year. But it's just not as good as Ohtani's year. He's not even pitching I mean, he's pitching okay. He was pitching really bad last episode, but he's really come around this episode. He's starting to pitch a lot better. But his hitting is just on another level. He's just a freak. He's just an absolute freak. Any other year, Ohtani gets De La Cruz gets the MVP, but because Ohtani's having such a crazy season, he's gonna take it from us. And we're getting dangerously close to clinching this division already. A couple of weeks into September, if we keep winning, we could be clinching the division this early. Abreu in a tough spot. We lose game 1 against the Red Sox. Kopech's in a tough spot. We take that one though. And then we take that one. So we only lose 3 games the entire month of August. That is absolutely crazy. That is like, I'm not even joking. That's crazy to lose 3 games in a single month. Now we have September call-ups. I have no idea who those September call-ups are going to be. Probably, we don't really need anybody. We don't need anybody in the bullpen, do we? We're pretty solid in the bullpen. We got enough arms to work with. Although we could use another lefty, I guess. We don't really have a lot of lefties in the bullpen. Do we have any lefties on roster? Guzman is a switch hitter, but he's a righty thrower. Righty. We don't have any lefties in the bullpen. Kind of gross. What about hitting-wise? We could call up Schonnel or Xavier Isaac. Probably one of them. Oh my god, 28 home runs for Isaac? He's having a crazy year in AAA. Maybe he does deserve to get called up. We've got these guys up already. CJ Abrams probably deserves to get back up here. It's kind of unfortunate he was even down there in the first place, but CJ is going to get called back up, and I think Xavier Isaac is going to get called up. I think he's earned it with the season he's had down in AAA. So Xavier Isaac back up in the bigs, or up in the bigs for the first time, actually, I think, right? He hasn't debuted yet? Oh, yeah, he debuted. He played a little bit for us in 2024. But that's okay. He's having a great year in AAA. He's going to have an even better year here in the bigs. We've got some young guys. We got Alfonso. We got Abrams, Isaac, Colt Keith. A lot of young talent on this bench. And CJ Abrams is 27 now because we've simulated a little bit. But we got some young talent on this team. And some crazy season. I mean, Nolan Gorman's got 34 home runs. How is he not in the MVP race? I'll never know. I'll never know how he's not in the MVP race. But he's having such a crazy year. Ke'Bryan Hayes has been a really good addition to the team. Nolan Jones is kind of whatever. It's kind of whatever. But Mariano Alfonso, he's having a really, really good season. I like seeing this. He's doing better in every statistical category than last year, which is really good, obviously. You want to see that improvement from your young rookie. And unfortunately, he's not going to get it Rookie of the Year, I don't think, right? He's not in the running for it? No, I don't think he's a rookie this year. Is he a rookie this year? Or has he played a year? Oh, he's got over... Okay, I forget. Yeah, duh. What am I thinking? Of course he wasn't. He's not a rookie this year. He played last year. I don't know why I thought he was a rookie this year, because I'm stupid. That's probably why. All right, we get the September call-ups. We have 97 wins. Let's keep going. Rockies are bad. The Chihuahuas don't have a valid lineup. Brusdar Graterol is in the game against the Rockies. He gets the win, or he gets the save. Ooh, we lose a game against the Rockies. Bobby Miller, really? Okay. Strange. And we hold on for that one. So we take 3 of 4 against the Rockies. Now we take a 2-game set against the A's, who are just awful. Mason Miller comes in, and we lose the game against the A's. Wow. Bottom of the 8th, 2 outs. Devin Williams. I haven't jumped in a minute. Let's jump back in. All right, here we go. Against the A's, who are unfortunately going to be, the Sacramento A's at this point? I don't know what they're going to be called. I'm assuming they're going to be called the Sacramento A's, but who knows? They obviously can't be called the Oakland A's anymore. That's a big out by Mason Miller, or Devin Williams, not Mason Miller, by Devin Williams. And can we get the win? I'd really like it. And there it is. Big dubs. Good job. Ethan Salas gets player of the game. That's good. He's having a pretty good year, actually, which I'm really excited about. Another home run for Nolan Gorman. And we are able to take 1 of 2 against the A's, which is kind of annoying, but we've reached 101 wins. Really awesome. Really, really awesome. We have clinched a postseason appearance with 101 wins. I would be shocked if we didn't. The next best team is the Red Sox with 89 wins. They are miles behind us. Everybody is just miles and miles and miles behind us. Can we beat the Tigers? Okay, we're a little bit sloppy here at the end of the month, or at the end of the season. This month has not been as good as last month. We take 2 of 3 against the Tigers, who are bad. The Reds are bad. We should be able to... Oh, bruised foot. De La Cruz out for a couple days. That's going to hurt his chances for the MVP even more. We lose a game against the Reds, but he's back healthy. He only missed 2 games. How's he doing now? Nolan Gorman. Oh my God, I spoke it into existence. Nolan Gorman has now jumped into the MVP fights, but it's still not. I mean, we have two guys that are battling for the MVP and two guys that are having phenomenal years, by the way. Oh my God. But neither of them are going to have as good of a year as, oh my God, broken hand for Shohei Ohtani. I didn't even notice that. Has that been a thing this entire episode? Has it been a thing for the entire episode? I just haven't noticed it. Shohei's season is done. He's out for 1 to 2 months. Oh my God. Did this happen has this happened the entire episode and I just forgot about it? Or I just didn't notice it? He's got 41 days left on the injury reserve. He's done for the year. He'll be back for the playoffs if they make it. Oh my God. There's a legitimate shot that either Nolan Gorman or Elliot De La Cruz passes Ohtani. But maybe, even with missing a significant amount of baseball, Ohtani might have done enough to win the MVP just on what he did before he got hurt. That had to have just happened, right? There's no way that I didn't notice he had a broken hand this entire episode. Wow. Okay, De La Cruz, we have our mission. You've got to win the MVP. Come on, De La Cruz. Please, 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 please have a season where you just go crazy in a couple of games. Nolan Gorman might take it as well. We sweep in 4 against the Marlins. 109 wins. My God. Absolutely crazy. De La Cruz continues to get RBIs, but he's not hitting any home runs. Gorman's hitting more home runs, but his average isn't high enough. That's what's going to keep Gorman from not winning the MVP, is because his average isn't high enough. But De La Cruz has got it. He's just got to keep moving. Come on, De La Cruz. Keep winning baseball games and keep hitting home runs. We keep winning baseball games. Get Gratterall's on the mound. We get another win there. Spencer Strider's got a shutout going. We get the win there. Oh my God, look at this streak we got going on. Now we take on the Dodgers. 112 wins. We have clinched the best record in the league and the division. It was pretty obvious since the Red Sox have 98 wins. They're nowhere close to us. We are the best team in all of baseball, and it's fairly easy to figure that out. Now we take on the Dodgers. We lose game 1. We get game 2, though. And Tatis, yeah, I haven't swung the bat with Tatis, and we're down 4-3, so I might need to jump in here. Fernando Tatis, he came back from his injury earlier this episode, and I'm hoping that he can continue just to ride a good wave of momentum as we head into the playoffs. I mean, we are the most dominant team in recent baseball history. If we lose in the first round of the playoffs, I'm going to go nuclear. Come on, Tatis. 0-2. Just get something in the outfield, preferably deeper into the outfield because Vladdy don't have a lot of speed. A little bit of a big boy. That's a chopper. That sweeping curve took so long to get here. Come on. Yarbrough doesn't want to give you anything good, but he's gonna do it on this play. No, that's not anything good, but Tatis might have the speed to beat the throw. Get there, Tatis. Run, Tatis! End of the inning. Darn it. Come on, Fernando. Do we lose the game? We do lose the game. Oh, that's brutal. I hate losing to the Dodgers. We lose 2 of 3 against the Dodgers. Luckily, we've already clinched everything, so it doesn't matter, but it does hurt our chances for the best record in baseball, or for the all-time best record. We've got 113 wins. The Chihuahuas win the division with 103. My God. The Missions did not... Oh, gross season from the Missions. But we got a good AAA team. That's good. All right, so there is, 6 games left? There is a chance we can win the best record of all time. We have to win 5 out of 6 to tie it. Basically, we have to sweep the Giants and sweep the Dodgers if we want to take it with 119. Alvarado, we get game 1. Chihuahua's already eliminated. And there goes 119. And there goes 118. We lose 2 or 3 against the Giants. So we're not going to have best record of all time, which is kind of annoying because I thought we might have it. And we lose that game to the Dodgers. Final game of the year. Miller's got a shutout going. We win the final game of the year. Very good. 116. I mean, I'm disappointed, but 116 wins is unbelievable for this team. And the Dodgers do make, oh my God, 4 out of the 5 teams in the West make the playoffs. That's insane. That's actually insane. All right, let's go to league leaders. I'm going to go quickly through these. If you care about anything like this, you can pause it and look more in depth at the top 8 of each different category. Unfortunately, it didn't say we had any awards won, so Elly De La Cruz, even with Ohtani being injured, even with Shohei Ohtani being injured for probably a month and a half of the season, I don't know when he picked up that injury, but he probably had it for a while, and he still had such a good season that De La Cruz could not catch him. It's kind of annoying. We tried, though. Yep, Ohtani takes home his 3rd straight MVP. I mean, he's just too good. He's just too good. He's such a freak. But he's not going to play in the postseason unless they make it probably to the NLCS. Elly De La Cruz, I mean, I cannot be mad at this season. This is a otherworldly year from Elly De La Cruz. He had his best season at every single stat that you can have, except for obviously stolen bases. But still, you get what I'm saying. He was unbelievable this year. And I hate that this season is not going to end in an MVP because there was just somebody a little bit better. But that's such a good year from De La Cruz. And even Nolan Gorman had a great year. He hasn't done this since the first year we brought him in from St. Louis. He hasn't had a season like this. This is a fantastic year. I'm hoping he can translate this into postseason action as well, because that's a really, really good year. But it's just upsetting that he couldn't do it and win MVP. Cole Reagans, I mean, I was talking about Cole Reagans getting traded at the deadline. He ends up having a phenomenal year and finishes, what, 3rd? Yeah, 3rd in the Cy Young voting. So, I mean, how bad of a year could he have had? I don't know. He had a pretty solid year. Maybe he can parlay that into a good season in the postseason. Alvarado finishes 2nd in reliever of the year. He had 56 saves, which is a career high, it looks like, for him. So that's nice. He also had a really good ERA, a really good whip. Not as good as he had last year in Milwaukee, but still a very solid season. Very, very solid. Good to see that. And we just couldn't get any awards. We fall 2nd in every single award. De La Cruz gets Silver Slugger DH, which is nice. That's nice to see. I don't know how they didn't give it to Ohtani. Probably because he had more RBIs, I guess. But, I mean, why wouldn't you just give him for the home runs? I don't know. Ohtani gets, Elly De La Cruz at least picks up an award. He gets the DH. Nolan Gorman gets Silver Slugger to second base. So we do come away with 2 awards at least. That's nice. They're Silver Sluggers, but it is what it is. Here are your American League awards if you're curious. If you are at all curious about who's playing well over in the American side of the baseball conferences. Corey Seager, MVP, 50 home runs. My God. All right, so finally, to wrap up the video, we will make sure that we have the playoff roster that I want. So we've got our starting pitchers perfect. We've got our bullpen. Ooh, they brought up Ramon Guzman. So who'd they pull down? Xavier Isaac they pulled down. How did he do this year? He hit 13 at-bats. He had a home run, 385 in 13 at-bats. I mean, he had a good year. Who else did they pull down? Abrams got called down. Nolan Jones. Oh, Mariano Alfonso. Well, we got to have him in the big league club, or in the big league playoff roster. So we'll move Guzman back down, remove him from the playoff roster, and there we go. That's the playoff roster that I want. We will take a look at the stats and wrap up the video. So everybody's cold to end the season. Makes sense. We lost a lot of games we probably shouldn't have. All right, so Jackson Merrill's season, he had a really good year. 22 home runs, 308 average. A really good season from Jackson Merrill in the leadoff spot. I'm hoping he can parlay that into a good postseason as well. Fernando Tatis, we know he missed a good chunk of the end of the season with an injury, but when he came back, he had an okay year. A lot of these numbers are skewed because he missed so much time, but I mean, he wasn't really playing amazing before he got hurt, so it's an okay season. It's not anything special. Vladdy Jr., 24 home runs, really starting to slow down. I mean, look at this. He had his first year here, he had 50 home runs and hit 329. Now he's got 27 and 24, and he's hitting sub 300. Kind of concerning, maybe, but this is the final year anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. He did fine. He had a fine year. Nothing crazy. Definitely a little bit more disappointing than what he's been doing in the past. Then you got Nolan Gorman. We already took a look at his numbers. De La Cruz, we took a look at his numbers. Nolan Jones, just a whatever type of season. He was splitting time with Mariano Alfonso anyway, so. Then you got Ke'Bryan Hayes, which ends up being a really, really good signing for us. I'm very happy with Ke'Bryan Hayes on the team. Or maybe a trade. I forget how we got him, but very, very excited to have him on the team. He was really productive, and I like what he brings to the table. Then we've got Ethan Salas, who in his third full season up in the big leagues, he had probably his best year. Yeah, definitely his best year in terms of his splits. Okay. Ethan Salas seems to be growing. I like it. I like it a lot. Wyatt Langford had a whatever type of season. I mean, he got his most at-bats since the first year he was here, and he did pretty well. His best statistical season. I like it. Like it a lot. He's developing. Then we're back to the starters. So Gunnar Henderson. Why is Gunnar Henderson on the bench? Because Elliot De La Cruz is playing shortstop, apparently. Well, we need to switch that. All right, so Gunnar Henderson. We saw he was battling for some awards. I think it was what? Was it batting title he was battling? I forget what he was battling for. He had a good year. Nothing crazy. He had 2 better years previously. Still drove in a lot of RBIs, which is nice. Had a pretty solid average, considering what he did previously. I mean, these are okay numbers. Okay numbers. Mariano Alfonso in his first season where he got a lot of reps as a starter. Really like what he did. He continues to grow, and I'm excited for him. I'm excited to see how he does. We saw what Ryan Langford did. Isaac Paredes, we were trying to trade him all year, and for good reason. He's just not good anymore. Although he only played in 100, he had 173 at bats. Not great, but that's enough. I mean, over 100 bats is a good indicator of how good you are. And he didn't play very well. Colt Keith did not have a lot of chances, but he's an 88 overall, so I mean he's progressing. And then Sam Zuniga, 96 at bats, 302. Fine enough, I guess. Fine enough. How did the pitching do? So Shane McClanahan, 15 wins on the season, 3.57 ERA, 1.14 WHIP. Okay. Shane had a good year. Shane had a pretty good year. I'm happy about it. Around the same kind of stuff that he was doing last year, although last year he had such a good season with his ERA and his WHIP. But a pretty solid year for McClanahan. Bobby Miller keeps putting up consistent numbers himself. Okay, I feel like I can trust these pitchers in the postseason. I say that before we actually get to the postseason. Spencer Strider had a whatever season, but he was battling for Cy Young for a little bit, so he must have had a good enough season. And then Cole Reagans, we saw, was actually in the Cy Young race, and he had a really, really good year, so good for him. And then Dean Kremer, who had a similar season in terms of his wins to last year, but nowhere near the ERA and the WHIP. Although his WHIP is not that far off of what he had last year. This is a pretty good year. Dean Kremer might actually be a solid pitcher to pick up in franchise mode because he's a decent pitcher. He is a decent pitcher. And then the bullpen. So Trevor Rogers pitched 125 innings. That's a lot of usage for a bullpen guy. He had a 330, he had a 131. He didn't pitch at all last year. I think he might have been in the minors last year for us. I don't remember exactly. But he had an okay year as a bullpen guy, as a long relief guy. Michael Kopech. All right. I'd like to see these numbers a little bit lower, but it's good enough. Brian Abreu. We saw a lot of Brian Abreu, and he had a really solid year. 2.54, 1.14, 1.3 WAR. Pretty good year from Brian Abreu. Brusdar Graterol, we saw a lot of him as well, and he pitched unbelievably. Oh my God, this is really good numbers. Okay. Brusdar Graterol had a really, really solid season. Mason Miller, good year. Really, really good year. Nothing like he had in 2026, but still a very, very solid season from Mason Miller. Good to see that. Devin Williams got 20 innings pitched. Kind of struggled a little bit. How many innings did he pitch last year? He pitched in 15 innings last year. I mean, these are fine numbers. They're nothing special, nothing to write home about. Jose Alvarado, we saw him be battling for the reliever of the year. 56 saves, career high. He did below 11 of them, but I'm okay with that. As long as they don't happen in the postseason. 2.86 ERA, 102 WHIP, his 1.6 WAR. I mean, that's a fantastic season from Jose Alvarado, all things considered. So those are your stats for the regular season. We are the best team in baseball, and we will take on division rival Diamondbacks in the first round of the playoffs, the NLDS. The Dodgers lose to the Diamondbacks. We would have had to play the Dodgers if they would have beaten the Diamondbacks in the wild card. They do not. So Shohei Ohtani, did he even play? No, he was still injured. They had Shohei Ohtani injured. When did he get hurt? He only played in 129 games as a hitter and only pitched in 27. So he must have got hurt at the start of the episode or something. I don't know, but we get lucky and don't have to play the Diamondbacks. Don't have to play the Dodgers. We do have to play the Diamondbacks, though, in the first round. We will either then have to play the Giants or the Braves in the CS if we get there. Next episode has to be a championship. We've gone 4 years with 3 straight playoff appearances, 2 back-to-back to the NLCS and losing, and then 1 last year in the NL wildcard. We won 108 in 16 games this year. If we don't win a World Series, I'm going to be furious. It needs to happen. We have to manifest it. We have to speak it into existence. It has to happen. We will win a World Series in the next episode. If you enjoyed this one, though, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.